Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, with this episode of Circus, man, I am so happy. I am keeping up with the series that maybe not everybody is talking about, but for sure, um, people are going to at least have to acknowledge sooner or later that this show is pretty godlike. This week's episode in particular had me very, very happy with how much action we pretty much get to even see. Um, Not only that, we pretty much get to understand where a lot of these different, thought processes and stuff like that come from these non-human uh, esque people. Like literally, whenever we're seeing, any of the people who have hair like the girl that we knew or the girl that we were rolling with, they all seemingly act like this really like nonchalant, caring about their life way. And when it comes off as like very, very dumb in the sense of, hey, we're just gonna, go out of our way to pretty much act out. We're gonna do whatever we can to pretty much die because none of them really want to live anymore. So um, that's kind of their like they're just their overall thought process of how they're handling fighting in general, and that makes a lot of sense why they're not even really considered that like good of like they're not considered that good of like fighters and stuff. Like they're like interested as into why everybody was talking about our main character pretty much just because um, he went into a part where he actually trains. He actually knows martial arts, and because of that, it makes it really easy for him to fight in the sense of not risking his life just to die. Um, and with him not fighting just to die, it puts into perspective just how like crazy some people are throughout this show. Uh, Simply because I mean, not even like people in general, but these guys who are going through what they're going through right now, they are the ones that um, really have lost, in my opinion, they have lost their identity as humans, and because of everything they've gone through, it's going to be very hard for them to even like care about certain aspects of like anything. Oh wow. Um, but because of that as well, it makes them strong just in general because they're not afraid of death. Like they almost welcome it. So you have some people that are literally just going to keep rushing in nonstop because that's just what they want. They want to die. Um, I'm pretty sure these are all the people that were either suffering from, that disease that the main character was had when you had to have someone laugh, and they got the easy route out because of that's why their hair is like silver and stuff like that. That whenever you see that, that's an indication of them pretty much getting the same entire like for instance the guy with the our main character he's getting a white strip in his hair because he is he's straight up growing more attached in the sense his body is becoming more keen to holding that um, type of ability, and because of that, he's pretty much losing himself probably in the future, and that would make more sense too if that kind of also like coincides with why his memory is so shot right now. Um, he literally is he lost his memory. He had good people, that he actually um, like cared for and wanted to fight for, So to just all of a sudden now see him in this position where he can't even, remember those people, and he's still trying to save people the same way he, saved anyone at the, oh no. But yeah, it continuously shows us that regardless of what this man goes through, he's still willing to still pretty much be that same person that we've always known. It's just a lot harder for him every single time because of what he, his normal beliefs are kind of one thing that messes with his fighting ability, because he's going to worry about people actually not dying more than he's actually going to be fighting. So in a way, he's not that good of a fighter for these white-haired people, these silver-haired people, because he's not willing to just go in there and throw his life away. And if someone's in danger, he's also going to try to save them instead of actually um, doing what he's supposed to do, which is, going in and just destroying this circus that has been keeping these people alive for hundreds of years, maybe. Seeing how, well, maybe not hundreds of years. This is the one guy that we kind of got to know, the guy that was the brother of this whole alchemy thing. We found out that he was, he died. Well, he wasn't gonna die, I think, from just old age, but he would have continuously still aged in general, and I'm pretty sure that comes with like some types of pain. Wow, that guy just got bodied. Um, so in that instance, it's nice to know that um, they aren't immortal, but they also don't want to wait for that time. That's kind of like where we're at with these characters, is they don't want to wait all the way until whatever age it is, because there is, all the older people are usually like the main like role models there anyway, so not only are they the ones that are kind of calling the shots and making people, do things the way they should see it should be done. um, they're also the people who are doing the most work, and this guy is about to die too. Jeez. Uh, I just have a good feeling that wherever this story is going with those types of characters that are willing to just straight up body themselves for like a little bit of progress, and in the sense of like getting closer to understanding what's going on, it's sad in the sense of they're gonna just continuously do that. Like we're gonna get, if we beat all more, like we complete a floor this week, but even though we do that, it's nothing to them. Like they would have got there sooner or later, in their opinion, just by continuously sacrificing themselves. Like they don't see any gain as of what they got, because they would have got that same gain sooner or later, um, just by simply doing what they are doing, in the sense of just rushing in, dying and dying. They would have figured out the weakness somehow. That's why they dropped so many of them. And I thought that was so messed up when you see just like how casually they just get bodied. Like these guys get bodied. Our main character's kind of sad to watch them get bodied, and the most the girl says after, that is shut up, like be quiet and let me die, pretty much. Like she's like, I'm in ecstasy right now. This is what I've been wanting, and that's the types of people we're actually dealing with. These people really don't care to be alive, and I think it all comes down with why they have the white hair, why they um, don't want to be alive, is because of it. And it's very sad, and I think it's a really good like twist on what's going on, because I mean, we already knew like that much about these like people with that type of power, I guess you should say, or like that type of like living style, with how we were watching my favorite girl in the series, act, or the way she would like just carry herself in general. Um, it was clear to me anyway that she had a reckless abandon, and usually you don't just learn reckless abandon. Reckless abandon is taught, like, including with people at young age and stuff. So for them to teach her that, it was like I couldn't imagine what extreme the other guys go. So this was that answer to that, and my God, is it extreme. Oh yeah, we're just gonna go. Oh, and the best part too is like he knows our main character knows none of these people that are helping him fight the Midnight Circus right now, really, besides like the people he rolled in with, and with with the people that he has or like are on his side, they're like fascinated with him, like, oh man, like you fight with your bare hands because you're so strong and this and that. But what they miss is he's still wants to be human, you know, like he's still. Oh, this guy sent me a freaking guild card even though they're dying. The guy died and then he sends me a guild card. Yeah, buddy. That's what I want is your guild card after that. Um, but yeah, it's this weird sentiment that if all of these people don't care about their lives and they don't care about what happens to them, they think that is like a good trait in battle. And I think what we're gonna see, because remember this anime is 36 episodes, guys. We have 36 episodes with this show alone, and somehow, some way, we are only in episode 11 right now, man. And they're already found the Midnight Circus. So either we're in a position where the Midnight Circus is going to literally have to abandon this spot that they have that they've been chilling in, or they're going to literally have to win. Like the Midnight Circus literally has to win this battle, and if they do win the battle, it that just goes to show you that we're going to be losing a lot of silver-haired members. So I am so curious to see where this is going. It's beyond fun for me to watch series that people like don't even talk about. They don't even breathe about. Like I have a brother, me and him are really like anime heavy, and for him, he watches like pretty much the same stuff I do reviews on, but at the same time, he didn't know about this series that I love. Like I love this series, and it's something that he hasn't even, broken the surface of. So that's what I mean by like some of these series just go under the rug, and because of that, you miss out on very cool things that could be out there. And I feel like I just got lucky enough to find this series at the time that I did. Um, Other than that, guys, there were not as much more things to go over as I would hope there would be in this episode. Really, that we only got to see more and more of just how broken our character is compared to like the other guys who are just sacrificing themselves and actually using like weapons and different stuff like that. So it just goes to put into perspective that even with all those things that they're using, they would probably get bodied by our guy now that he has so much power, and now that he actually has, you know, even more reason to fight than he already did. Oh no. Okay, I'm good. So that was just a really cool tidbit for me that they show. Even through his memory loss, he still fights the exact same way in the sense of he wants to protect. He doesn't want these people like getting hurt. The girls fighting this week's episode was pretty hype. I mean, the people they were fighting against were like weird perverts or like they've heard thing. I don't even know, man. It was just weird. Like the fight people they fight, they're talking about like, oh, we know how to beat up women. We know exactly what women don't like and stuff like that. And it was like getting their clothes ripped off, like getting licked and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was weird. It was definitely weird. And to see more of this series continue to grow, it's just funny to know that this was one of those episodes that not only were we going to see like a whole new side of the guy that we pretty much got to learn about, but he's continuously growing into one of the silver-haired people, and hopefully he doesn't become 100% and has some human emotions left, because even if you die in front of these guys, they're just like, wow, lucky you, pretty much. Like they honestly just don't care, and it's sad, but at the same time, it just makes the show that much more enjoyable in my sense because you had this feeling that maybe these silver-haired people were going to come in and just do what they got to do, and it's going to be quick, easy, and to the point. But here we are now, like 6 or 7 of them deep, dead, and they didn't really accomplish anything. And the person that they don't even know fully about, and he's new to the crew, comes in and he actually beats the first person and stuff. So I can't wait. This show is so hype. I hope you guys enjoyed your day, night, whatever the case it is when you're watching this, and make sure you guys leave a comment or like on the video, or even share it. All of that helps the channel grow. And let me know if you guys are watching a show that's kind of like this that no one really talks about, that came out recently, or maybe even a show that that's been out for a while and people still don't really give it the attention it deserves. So with that, my anime people, I will talk to you in the next one. And if you guys wouldn't mind checking out my Why You Should Watch Mob Psycho video and giving that some attention, it would be greatly appreciated. I haven't looked at the views today, but I can imagine they might be okay. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I will talk to you in the next one, and peace.